Hello and welcome to today's video. We're covering the LCK and who is a free agent going into this year from the LCK. Yes, there are rumors going around. I do not follow the rumors. Personally, I think rumors are advocating for tampering. And we don't like when teams break contracts, contract prison, etc. At least I don't, and I feel like many people don't. But then they also are kind of hypocritical about allowing teams to disrespect contracts when it comes to free agency because people get bored. They can't sit still. They can't be patient. They can't think of something else other than rumors. And sure, building super teams, etc., and having hypotheticals are fine, but there's so many leakers in the space that it really becomes a shame. I don't know how you can actually respect the esport when there are so many leakers. There are more leakers than traditional sports, for sure. I think it's pretty clear. And another thing about super teams, I'm not a big fan of super teams. How often have we seen super teams win lately? Not often, right? So T1, that's kind of why I'm okay with T1 winning Worlds as well, because hell, they're not a super team. 3 of those 5 players are their own that they brought up, that they developed themselves, did not buy that team. Hell, Faker technically began on T1, so 4 out of 5, and they brought in Carrier. That is not a team that's bought. And I am very much for a team that develops talent over a team that buys talent. Because then people get credit just simply for having a deep pocket and not necessarily knowing who's good and who's not and putting them on a team. So here we have who's under contract beyond November, whenever, 17th, 18th, 19th, in the LCK. The blank spots represent teams that don't have a player on their starting roster that is under contract. So FearX, they have Clear and Raptor. The bot side of the Rift are free agents. D+, Lucid, Showmaker, Aiming, all under contract going into next year right now. DRX, Kiahu, and Plieta. Gen.g, nobody is under contract beyond the end of this month. Will they extend people? Possibly, but right now nobody's under contract. HLE, Peanut, Zeka, Delight. KT, Perfect, and BDD. KDF, only Andal is under contract. Nongshim, it's Jiwoo and Vital. Brian, it's Palu. And T1, it's Faker. So very much not like yesterday the day before with the LCS. APAC, not many people watch that. I guess that is the minor region at this point because nobody watched that video. But Korea, not many people under contract. I've seen things about salary caps, etc. going into this year and maybe just market constraints. I'll believe it when I see it. Because if everybody is facing it, then there could still be good teams. And players may choose to win instead of take the bag. Who knows? Like I said, I don't really care much for rumors. But players do like playing with each other, certain former teammates, etc. So that could make sense if they want that teammate on their team, etc. Going forward. But looking at this, there's only one team with 3 players. The majority, well, actually 2, sorry. And they're both Worlds teams, D+ and HLE, with 3 players that could be under contract going into next year. Shoot, got something in my eye. D+ have a young, promising jungler, and in my opinion, the LCK MVP and aiming. And then HLE, hell. Zaka's very good. Delight is solid, and so is Peanut. So that's, a good core to build around. But gen.g having completely, nobody under contract, it is going to be interesting what happens to gen.g. So let's move on from this board to who the free agents are that are missing off of this board. All right, so a lot of names on here because there are a lot of blanks on the board previously. So in top lane, you've got players like Kingen, Keen, Doran, Dudu, and Zeus. You've got excellent players on that board. We talked about it in the Discord. A lot of people don't like Doran because of his lack of international success, but he gets there. His domestic success gets him to Worlds. So, you get to choose whether you want to, be quiet when your team doesn't go to Worlds or complain that Doran, struggled at Worlds and kept your team from going farther. It's one of those deals where it's like, hey, if you don't want to go to Worlds, that's fine, but also don't complain because you literally are going to choose a top laner that's probably worse domestically than Doran is. It's just the fact of the matter. He's one of the best in his region. I think easily third. Honestly, I think it's pretty fucking easy to say he's the third best top laner in the LCK without really much fuss. Keenan Zeus are the two that are better. Now, Dudu is the budget option on that in that group that I would say I could see a team that's like, a possible Worlds team or went to Worlds last year going with Dudu and being fine. Because Dudu, I think, is a very talented top laner that's kind of just been on shit teams his entire career. Jungle, Sponge, Canyon, Cuz, Pioshik, Young J, Silver, Owner. Sylvie, not Silver. So you've got Owner, Canyon, obviously two excellent junglers. But we will see. I don't think T1 separates just because they keep winning Worlds. I think they can make more money staying together than separating. Cuz I could see going to a team as a veteran jungler, experienced, Pioshik as well. Maybe Pioshik's kind of run his course. Something to think about. Mid lane, Closer, Chovy, Bulldog, Fisher, Polbay, and Fate. Polbay, we'll see where he goes. I don't know if he's already signed to an ERL team or not, but that's a direction that I could see him taking. Fate, I think, may have already done that. Fisher, we'll see what happens with him. But Chovy, obviously excellent. I think Closer could be, like Dudu, a player that could end up on a better team and bring them to where they want to go. Not necessarily win Worlds, but I think he could get a team to Worlds. I think Bulldog is the player, though, out of all these, out of probably the solo lanes easily. Because, Pays is just as bright of a future. Brighter. But Bulldog could be a great player. He's still extremely young. He tried to carry KDF as much as he could. I think that, if a team wants to get to Worlds, I think Bulldog would be a great investment. I think an LPL team very well could snatch Bulldog and be very happy with that. I think Bulldog is an excellent player. Bot lane, Henna, Teddy, Pays, Viper, Deft is going to military. Leaper, Envy, and Guma. Guma will stay with T1. Envy, Henna, and Leaper, they're all meh to me at this point. Rumor, I think I saw a rumor that Henna might go to Americas. But in the case of Leaper, 24 years old, coming back from military to play for KDF, that was very weird. Envy's been kicking around. I think he's, who knows, with the last tier 1 teams now available to go to, a player like Envy could be homeless as far as a job is concerned in a tier 1 team. But Viper and Pays, two very good players, of course. Top 5 in their role easily. Support, Duro, Kellen, Lehens, Barrel, and Carria. Carria, of course, great. Barrel could help a team. Of course, obviously, hell, he's a 2-time world champion and was the reason DRX won in 2022. Lehens, into this face-off at Worlds, but like Doran, he gets you there, and frankly, that's the majority of the battle. Kellen, I think, is extremely underrated. Duro had an excellent debut. I think he could make a team very happy if they want to go for him because they're like, hey, this is a budget option, and we can go spend on a Bulldog or a Closer. More so a Bulldog player, and maybe you get one of the better top laners, you could do something. Hell, with these 5 players, hell. 80 carry is tough because Pays and Viper would never go for a team that signed budget players. But I could see a team that went Dudu, Bulldog, and a Duro or a Kellen at support, and then go jungle 80 carry, find 2 good jungle, two good players in the jungle and 80 carry role. And that team, I think, could compete. Could be very, very competitive with a very, very bright future. But that's neither here nor there. There are a lot of players here. There are players in the LPL that are Korean that could come back to the LCK. Kanavi, Ruler, Tarzan, Scout, Rookie, of course, would never, but Rookie, I guess. There are endless options there. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Become a YouTube supporter. And hope to see you again tomorrow.